Greetings! Hi, hello, I'm Fire Lotus the Witch, and welcome to, or welcome back to another live Witches Chat. Pay no attention to the cat behind the curtain. So, today is going to be a quick video. I'm going to touch on a couple of topics, and then I'll make a more slightly in-depth video. On top of that, we're going to be holding crystals. This right here is Rough Uncut Ruby. Love the energy. Anyways, so, have you ever heard of transmutation? There we go. There's another word that it's very similar to transmutation. Transfiguration. I get transfiguration and transmutation mixed up sometimes. That was the reason we've all heard of trans. We love and accept everybody here. But transmutation. I'm going to try to look up the definition really quick. Transmutation. The action of changing the state of being changed into another form. The transmutation of the political economy of the post-war year was complete. Physics, the changing of one element into another by radioactive decay, nuclear bombardment, or similar process. Or energy manipulation. Because guess what? And I also think this taps into, I think it's called quantum physics. I'm not for sure on that. I could be wrong. It's the physics that we don't really know what it is, but we know it's kind of there. This gets me excited because not a lot of people talk about it, and there's not many books that I've came across that I've actually fully go into detailing what it is. And there's a reason that this particular video is going to be something because of what I have behind my fingers right here that I'm holding will be what this discussion is going to be on. So transmutation, here are some couple of examples. So you've heard the term setting up wards, right? You can set up transmutational wards to where, say, you're on social media in some way, shape, or form, or you work for a big company and there is the grapevine that runs wild and crazy. If you're not from the South, in other words, the rumor mill is running hard, right? You can set the ward up to where if anybody talks shit against your name. No, this is not warding your name. Warding your name could do more damage to you than it can help you. Let me know if you would like a video on why that is. Let me know in the comments of that one. But specifically, we're not warding your name. We're protecting your name. As in, if anybody, and this is going to be depending on the witch, if anybody uses your name in slander, something that a falsehood, something that is not true, something that could get you in trouble, things like that. Again, it depends on the witch of how they set it up, but you're setting it up that specific way, right? Which means if anybody actually speaks your name in a negative way, whatever negative that is to you, it takes that energy, and when it hits that ward, it transmutes it into energy that can help you. So basically, just for the sake of this video, negative and positive energy, all right? It takes the negative energy and transmutes that, transforms that into the positive energy. Also, if you did not know, my definition of magic, to go slightly, because it does do with transformation or transmutation, we are alchemy, all right? You're using a candle, an oil, the herbs, runes, and sigils, and you're using the candle to be the representation of that, right? Or a puppet. You're adding those layers to it, and then while you're working that energy, you are literally tapping into each individual thing and twisting and transmuting, transformation, that energy into those separate objects, into this whole entirely new object, which is the actual heart of your spell. That's what you send out there. And you're like, well, Lotus, what does the candle, what do you do with the candle? For one, you're invoking fire. Scientifically, you're invoking air to be able to have the flame. Earth, because in some way, shape, or form, the substance of wax comes from something of the earth. You see what I'm saying? And you can break that down into so many levels. And then the transmutation is you lighting of the flame. You're calling upon the element of fire to completely destroy it. And what do you do in alchemy? Say you need to use a feather in your spell work, but you're like, there's no way that I would be able to use this and it didn't feel weird. You burn it. You collect the ashes you use the ashes, because what is the ashes? It's the purest form. You have completely broken that down to transform it into the purest of purest form. And I'm pretty sure you could boil it and then subsect it and boil it, all of that. But that's what that is. That's what magic is. Manipulating the atoms and eons, particles around us to get a desired outcome. If you see my hands have like a white layer, yeah, flea treatment for the kitties, but natural flea treatment for the kitties. Okay, that's what that is. Anyways, so I got bored. I didn't really get bored, but the particular time this thought, this inspiration, this spell idea came to my head, I was bored sitting in the back of a truck, and a certain thing that I do on the side, I pick up sticks. Picking up the stick process, I found a broken solar panel. Specifically, you know, the ones that you can buy from like Dollar General, the kind of cheap ones, but still, you know, they work. There's not, budget's not the point. The ones you stick in the ground, that's what that is, right? And for some reason, my brain picked it up and it goes, transmutation. And even me, I'm like, what? And then I thought about it. Solar panel. What does a solar panel do? What is its main job to do? Huh? Anybody? Anybody? It takes the sun's energy and transmutates that energy, specifically the radiation from it, the UV rays, and it transmutes that into electricity. And you're like, well, yes, Lotus, that's what it does, but it needs a setup. I'm going to try to actually insert a photo at some point of this video. Whether it's here, which is 646, whether it is here or at the end. If you do not see it, I will link the TikTok video, and I also believe that I uploaded it, or I will upload it onto another platform and also link that too. That way you can actually see what I'm showing you. I had other crystals, and I have one specific crystal, meditation bead. Their information and who created it is going to be listed below. They're a small business. They're absolutely amazing at what they do. Seriously, check them out. Anyways, I use that specific small business item, the meditation beads, to wrap that together to kind of center it. And then voila. And then using the candle to fuel it. So obviously I did some other things, and I'm not going to tell you exactly what the working was, but so far it has worked. And that is in a, we'll say 3 to 4 to 6 hour space from me starting it here and then here. And again, now when I say that, am I saying that the spell in general has successfully fully went through? Yes and no. What I mean by that is the spell in itself is starting to manifest. It's starting to show what it really is. But that window of time takes time. And depending on what you're doing, to me, in my life, what I did was fairly very small, like smaller than this. Okay, small, right? Compared to something like this, or something like this, or, you know, see what I'm saying? The bigger it is, and or the more complex it is, the more time that it's going to take to actually manifest, if at all it actually does manifest. We do workings all the time that it just will not manifest, okay? You didn't do anything wrong. It's just for some reason at this point in time, not in the cards for you, all right? You didn't do anything wrong. You're going to fail at spells. That's okay. We all do. But that, me picking up this right here, led me into a completely different thought process. For one, why has nobody suggested using something like this in a book? Because crystals, right? Say you want to use crystals, but you're in an environment to where you could not just stroll up in the house and have this displayed. This, on the other hand, you can. Because to a naked eye, this is just a random fucking stone you found outside. And guess what? Most of every single crystal you could think of, not really, most of them, they're all found outside. It depends on your region of what type, but you can find them. And they're going to look identical to just fucking, it's a rock in the yard. They still have the potential. Also, just an interesting fact on this one. This specific subject about finding crystals and minerals outside, and or how they're constantly surrounding us, the quartz in your phone. I have a podcast episode where I interviewed the author behind 101 Crystals, Crystal Basics. I want to say Nicholas. I believe that is his name. because at first I thought it was Nicholas. I will try to link that book title and also that episode if you just want to check it out and add it to your book list. It was an amazing episode, and they also, I believe, are recently going to have books coming out this year. And yes, I have a podcast. It'll be in the link tree. But yeah, we talked about that specific thing about how whether you believe in magic or not, we are surrounded with minerals and crystals with almost everything we do. And in that episode, we go more into it and a couple of other things on crystals. So if you're a crystal lover, check the episode out. But you can use things that don't look magical. You know, it's not the evil eye, or it's not the pentacle, but it stands for the same thing. And the reason that can be extremely important is because if you randomly got solar panels, or say you got 5 solar panels and you put them together, or you made an entire circle of that, right? And say if you have people constantly watching you, just tell them you're doing photography and whip out your phone and take some pictures. Or you're drawing. Make some random shit up. They don't actually have to know you're doing magic, and you can literally use technology as the source. Even if you were to go out and get one, right? Instead of applying batteries to it, you put the crystals you found to power it. And yeah, I realized I had gold there. So anyways, I'm gonna make a video about that. It was cool, right? My first actual tutorial. How about that? Anyways, also, if you're new here, I don't really edit my videos yet. I'm gonna try to. So enjoy all of this. I'm still gonna try to keep it short with a lot of information. But yeah, using things like that. And I have 2 other experiments. If you don't use TikTok, bless you, because I wish I never did. But at the same time, I don't, because I've reached so many people. So we're not going to talk about it, okay? It's complicated. Me and TikTok are complicated right now, okay? Anyways, I have a playlist on there, and I think I've done some here too on magical experiments. So for the longest time, everybody was like, your intention is everything. No, it's not. Depending on what you're doing. No, it's not. You gotta apply the footwork and multiple other things. Anyways, this reminds me of that, because I've done those magical experiments, and this was one of them to see. Now, imagine something small, right? Imagine your entire house hooked up to them. There's a lot you can do with the world around you, alright? You just got to expand your mind, and you got to experiment, alright? Just don't blow yourself up, blow your house up, or set your house on fire, alright? Or any other thing like that, alright? Let's not go to jail for arson. Or I don't know the legal ramification of blowing something up. So, anyways, don't do that, alright? Play it safe. Just like candle safety. Also, let me know if you want me to do a video on that as well. I'm slowly getting the hang of this. Anyways, but yeah, that's going to be the video. There will be another video posted with this one. I'm excited about that one. But yeah, if you made it this far, let me know how you like this concept of videos. I'm hoping it feels like we're just FaceTiming with one another. And I'm that friend that just continuously rambles on. So yeah, let me know. Anyways, I'm getting the hang of this. I'm learning and growing, and come along. Let's learn and grow together, because what if you've thought about joining YouTube and creating videos? Well, congratulations. You can learn and grow with me, because I will fail a lot of times. I've already done that. I'm still going to get back up and try it again. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and go, because if not, I'm just going to completely start rambling again. But yeah, let me know. Have you tried this? Would you try this? Have you ever done transmutation? See, I almost said transfiguration. I wish we could transfigurate. I would love to be able to change myself into either a hawk, a squirrel, or a cat. Anyways, let me know if you've done it. How did it work? Did it work? Was it a witch fail? You can also email me if you ever want to share a witch fail, you know, to let other people know that we all fucking fail. And a lot of the times they're funny. Anyways, I got to go, because if not, I'm not going to shut up. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe, hit the icon, and yeah, send it to somebody.